Yo guys, what's happening? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, On Point Reviews, all day, every day. Welcome back yet again, everybody. Man, it is a beautiful President's Day today. It's a holiday here in America on a Monday, and we're chilling right here at the house. Okay, so I apologize if you hear any background noise because everybody's at home. Everybody's enjoying the fact that they're not going to work or school on a Monday, so it's really awesome. Today we're going to talk about a real versus clone comparison, and this series right here has been pretty popular in my channel, and so I've decided to do more of those. And for those that are waiting to see the other ones that I said I was going to release, don't worry guys, because I've got them lined up. Okay, now today we are going to talk about a big one right here. This fragrance released at the DUA brand, DUA Fragrances, and this one immediately sold out, probably because of the release of its predecessor. But yeah, it sold out, and then today I just checked the website and it's available again. Okay, so probably a President's Day restock, so I think it's perfect timing that I'm releasing this video. So this video is about DUA Fragrances Poseidon's Elixir Gen X. Okay, Gen X, Poseidon's Elixir, Poseidon being the Aventus clone branding, the name at least that DUA uses. When you hear Poseidon's Elixir, it's about Aventus. For Elysium, it was called Supernova, if you guys can remember that. Now, one thing I wondered when this came out was, I was thinking like, man, why'd they release another one? Like, Mata Elixir was pretty damn good, and they were gonna do another one, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's like, after the success of Mata Elixir, this one would do it again. But actually, when I looked into it, I found out that this Poseidon's Elixir Gen X is a clone, or an inspired expression, whatever you want to call it, of the 10th anniversary of Aventus. Okay, which is, I bought this last year. I was so happy because I got it from Paris in the the nose Paris price, which was like $250, but now I know this is like $400. Okay, so Creed 10th anniversary Aventus, I will be talking about this one in this video as well, post hype. After all the hype, what do I think after months of wearing this? It's been more than 4 months or 5 months that I've been wearing this. I will be talking about this one today, and then of course I will be talking about this one in a no hype manner, and then we'll compare them and I'll tell you guys about the similarities and differences of each. Okay, hang on tight, we're gonna talk about these today. Let's hit the music. Okay, welcome back guys. Let's talk about Creed Aventus for a second here. Okay, so what's crazy about Creed Aventus is that no matter what, this is still the most popular and most bought, probably most successful fragrance of all time. Okay, just because I started reviewing last year, and it's already been a year and it's still the same. People are still buying Aventus, people are still talking about it, people are still saying it's one of the best, and this is still being cloned. Okay, 2021, I wouldn't be surprised if 2022, 2023, there are going to be more clones of Creed Aventus. Okay, so a lot of people really copying Creed Aventus, but my post-hype review, I would say, would be to talk about why people really love Aventus from my perspective. Okay, from my perspective. Now, first and foremost, I don't use Aventus a lot. Okay, I don't use Aventus a lot, and I think that's the reason why I'm not on that side that hates it or disses it. Because I think there's, with any perfume, if you overuse it, I think at some point it's just human nature that you're gonna get pretty fed up about it. For me, with Creed Aventus, I really wear it every now and then, so in that way I don't get sick and tired of it, or I don't get overdose when it comes to Aventus. So in my opinion guys, what's so good about Aventus? Okay, I think really it's that fruitiness in the intro, because prior to Aventus, when I wore other perfumes like Bleu de Chanel, Gucci Guilty, I never came across a perfume that had pineapple, apple, or green apple, pineapple, and black currant, for example. So when you first smell Creed Aventus, there's really that, ooh, that, you know, this is the first time I've ever got a whiff of this thing or this combination type of effect. And I think that this goes to show how much, you know, the fragrance community is still such a niche compared to like the real world, you know, like just general people around you. I think that many people like me, you know, prior to smelling Aventus, have never smelled any combination like this where you've got your pineapple, your blackcurrant, and your green apple. And so there's that plus when it comes to Aventus, when you spray this on yourself, that when you meet people that are not, you know, frag addicts, they're not fragcom members, you know, they smell this for the first time and they're gonna get a kick. They're gonna be like, wow. Okay, and so that's something that to me, even after a year of reviewing constantly, even after more than a few years of collecting fragrances, it never goes away. That type of appreciation, the fact that I could wear this fragrance right now, go outside, and it's just gonna hit people in a very, very good way. Okay, now this Aventus specifically is a 2020 batch. Okay, so this is not anything new that they did for the 10th anniversary, a reformulation or whatever. This is a 2020 batch. And when we look at the 2020 batch, guys, this one right here basically has less of the smoky characteristics of Aventus. Okay, and Aventus at this point, when it comes to you know, the frag addicts or the fragrance lovers, the Aventus addicts, you know, it's talked about in a similar way as, you know, a recipe. You know, like pasta, for example, you know, it's more sauce, less sauce, white sauce, saltier, you know. In the same way, guys, like some of these batches of Aventus have their own little tweaks, okay, when they make these batch variations. And some batches are smokier than others, some have more patchouli, some are fruitier. But in this case, guys, I wouldn't say that this one is generally like super fruitier, but it's just really less or no smoke, okay, which is I mean, some people might like this one right here. I like this batch because it is crisp. Okay, so let me make it simple. This one is crisp. Once you spray it on yourself, there's that sharpness of the green apple, you know, of the blackcurrant. That, I mean, in my opinion, guys, this one has an extra like zing, a fruity zing that is quite different from, say, the 2015 that I owned as well as the 2018. Yes, it's still Aventus, but what I like specifically about this is that sharpness that continues on. It's not, I mean, you have the vanilla eventually helping out too, but because the smoke doesn't overwhelm it, you get a prolonged you know, sharp fruitiness here with this 2020 batch of Aventus. Okay, so I really like this. All right, and so I have no regrets buying this. However, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing about Creed Aventus 10th anniversary. Based on my testing, this thing consistently performs until maybe 3 or 3.5 hours. That's the thing. Okay, so you have this really nice sharpness and fruitiness with this batch, but really you're gonna get 3 hours. Okay, and so here's my opinion, and again, these are all just my opinions on my channel. This is my channel. That, you know, Aventus is liked because there's a short game aspect to it. Okay, and I've mentioned this before. Short game is something that, you know, you show up to an event and you hang out there for maybe a couple hours and then you leave. Okay, and I can't think of any other fragrances that would be the most excellent when it comes to short game than Creed Aventus, or specifically this bottle. Okay, because this bottle, 3 hours, it will be very, very consistent for you guys. You show up at your event, you're gonna hit them with all that pineapple and the green apple. I mean, they're all gonna be like, ooh, who's that? You know, and that sharpness, like I said, and it's gonna be performing for you throughout that time. We think about dates that hopefully don't last more than, you know, 3 hours, or events where you have to show up. I mean, without a doubt, you've got that Aventus right here. However, the thing is, you know, for a lot of people in the fragrance community, that's not enough. Okay, and of course, for some people where, you know, maybe 370, I think this one right here is $400. I think $400 is absolutely a lot of money, and it is. I mean, that's like a car payment. Some people really, it's not enough for this fragrance to perform for just 3 hours, you know, and then suddenly become a real skin scent after that. And that's really where the clones come in, you know, like Poseidon's Elixir Gen X. There are clones that, you know, try to copy the exact scent of Aventus, and then there's also those clones that address that 3-hour performance, you know, because of this fragcom demand for a much better performance, right? I mean, I think when it comes to the general public, they don't know this stuff. I don't think it affects them as much as frag heads. That's just my opinion. I think that, you know, if you're part of the general public, I think 3 hours is more than enough to have, you know, your social interactions and to smell good around people. But of course, you know, like I said, I mean, that's not enough for a lot of people in fragcom, considering the price as well. So anyways, DUA, in my opinion, the latter argument that I said, they made Poseidon's Elixir Gen X for this specific reason, okay? I looked at, you know, the literature that they had. They did a 1:1 match of the ingredients, but in my opinion, they also boosted this to, I mean, a crazy performance level. And how crazy are we talking about? Let's talk about the performance before I begin. This one right here, when I sprayed it at precisely 12 noon, this was still blaring hard at like 1 a.m., like the next day. Okay, so that's, you know, that's what I can say. And because, you know, you have this, you know, higher performance, okay? Because, I mean, think about it, guys, okay? How do you take a fragrance that is really made for 3 hours into like more than 12 hours? You know, how do you do that, really? I mean, if you think about it logically, what you do is you kind of stretch it. You know, you kind of stretch the performance of the original to make it last super, super long, okay? And so with the Poseidon's Gen X, I will say this, that it's sort of like super duper delayed. It's like, you remember I told you guys about the DUA delays? So it's very similar when it comes to the ingredients. However, it's super delayed to allow this fragrance to last that long, like literally like all day or round the clock. In my opinion, after trying this for so many times, that this one is on a super DUA delay. Okay, so maybe like the first 4 hours or 5 hours, you get to smell that pineapple, for example. You've got that pineapple, apple, blackcurrant. It's like a huge, long part of fruitiness for maybe 4 or 5 hours. And then the next latter hours, in comes, you know, your pink pepper, in comes your vanilla. They're all in like really, really good proportions, by the way. It's just that for me, it's like stretched out to accommodate for this really stellar, crazy performance. And when you're actually wearing this, I think you get to feel that, you know, you get to feel the difference, that it's not, you know, precisely the same, because when you smell the original Aventus, it's almost like it's concentrated for that 3 hours. You know, the experience is like a 3-hour experience. And, you know, for the original, like I told you guys, I like the sharpness. I like that it's pretty crisp in its approach, fruity and crisp for about, you know, 3 hours straight. But when you stretch that out, you know, obviously it's not going to be as crisp, right? Because there's going to be stages where you're smelling certain notes before that crispness comes in, let's say from the green apple. But I would say that the DUA does have a lot of potency in it, okay? So there's a part here where you're smelling this Gen X and you really smell the pink pepper. You know, the pink pepper comes in hard too, right at the mid. But nevertheless, though, I think that the Gen X Poseidon addresses that performance gap. I mean, if you're not really happy or satisfied with your 3-hour performance, I mean, this one, like I said, 12 noon to 1 a.m., guys. Seriously, it was that long. And I was just like, this is insane. Okay, this is insane, because, I mean, usually, like realistically, most perfumes, when they are going hard at it, you know, it goes up to maybe 7 hours. you know, but we were past 12 hours and this thing was still going on. So I mean, if you guys like the performance aspect of the clones, I think that you're gonna like Gen X. Okay, and of course I'm gonna get asked right here, like, do I like this one or Mada Elixir? I would still go for Mada Elixir, because I think with Mada Elixir it was more of their own formulation. Okay, so they put together an Aventus clone based on the different batches or what they thought was going to be good. And you know, you have some smoke in there too. You get the prominent patchouli. Everything's there in that Mada Elixir. But this one is a clone of the fruitier, less smoky 10th anniversary, which some people may or may not like. I like it. It's just that it's only 3 hours. Okay, so if you are looking for that batch that is less smoky, more on the fruits, and I'm looking right now at the literature of Gen X, and they said, you know, the fruits are riper, the citrus is fresher, and I agree, because they are also stretched out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys will get to enjoy that, the riper fruits. You're gonna enjoy more citrus, because it's gonna prolong for hours and hours and hours. Okay, so I would say this is for someone that likes the fruitier versions of Aventus and is looking for that killer performance. I mean, this thing is all day, blaring hard. Okay, like strong sillage all day. Okay, so for those that are looking for Aventus, not just for the short game, you're looking for all day game, definitely I would say get the Poseidon's Elixir Gen X. Okay, and if you like Aventus, if you're a true connoisseur of Aventus and the actual denseness or crispness matters to you, then yeah, get the original. Okay, because I would say, if you ask me if they're different, yeah, they're different because of just how they progress. Okay, the notes might be the same, but of course you're gonna get an entirely different experience wearing the original for 3 hours, and then definitely another experience wearing this way more beastly or more powerful Poseidon's Elixir Gen X for the entire day. And that is it. That is my review. That's my comparison of Poseidon's Gen X as well as Creed Aventus 10th anniversary, guys. Let me know in the comments below, did you guys buy Gen X in the beginning when it sold out? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you felt that it was the same as what I felt. Again, thank you for watching. Hopefully this helps those that are thinking about buying each of these fragrances. They're both great. And I will see you on the next video. Watch my other Aventus clone videos. I'll link them at the end. This is Troy D. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.